And yes, someone was right. I always thought short rests were like 15 minutes. Now they're like an hour or two. So after about an hour or two of just chilling out and catching your all's breath, the room doesn't change much. The torches are still burning, and there's still technically 4 exits to this room: the entrance you came in at, and the 3 doors on the other end of the room, and lots of little holes in the walls, and lots of dead scorpions everywhere.
Well, I voted for the middle room.
Oh, yes, and like I said, I forgot to mention, and then one of the doors is also open.
Open.
Yes, one of the doors is open.
Can we use a perception roll to look inside of it?
You certainly may.
All right.
Well, you don't get any specific details other than that's a way or passageway that leads from your current
perspective.
Orientation, that's what I was looking for. From your current orientation, it heads off to the right.
All right.
Do I see anything else?
Let's see here. Let me make a quick choice. You look down the hallway and you don't necessarily see anything. You think you hear, it's really faint, but you think you might hear some noise back there. Exactly
Can I
what
make
it
it out?
is? What it is, you're not entirely sure, but you're definitely hearing some sort of very distant noise coming from that direction.
All right.
Which door is this, by the way?
This is the open one.
Yeah, which one? 1, 2, or 3?
Oh, sorry. This is the door on the west side of the room.
Okay.
So, what do group?
So let's try heading down that open one.
Hold on, I heard some noises coming from down there. Might want to check a different door.
Well, last time you said that it was just your own echo.
Okay, fair point. But that door had a door in front of it. This is just a hallway. So it can't be my own echo.
You know what? I'm gonna take a listen down as well.
You know, you could try to change your name, since I, saved you from dying.
Nonsense. All right, then. Listening carefully, and since you're specifically looking, you are able to tell that it sounds like voices.
But not our own.
Correct. So it sounds like there's some really distant, quiet voices, but there's no way of knowing what they're saying or how far away.
Any time to make a perception check?
Huh, well, I'll be darned. He was right.
Anyone who wishes to may make a perception check.
19.
You receive the same information.
If I nat 20'd.
Mm-hmm.
If I nat 20'd, would I have gotten it?
Wow, Vincent, you're really, really bad this session.
Well, if you had gotten a nat 20, we would have found out. That said, come on, you can't really hold the dice bot's fickle nature against the 4 players.
Dice bot, give me a D20, you son of a bitch.
So, that said, I believe everyone's made a perception check at this point, haven't they?
Except for me, but I'm not gonna bother.
Very good then.
Yeah, I already got a 22. To be a little meta, to be a little
with crippling indifference.
To speak out a little bit, to be a little meta, Io looks at Benson and says, "You are really bad this session."
Meta comments are not
Session?
meta comments
Wait,
are
what?
not necessary.
I know.
All
I'm
right.
just saying.
So, the hallway has voices coming down from it. What do?
How about we go through a different door first?
Is there a way that I could keep myself hidden and then try to approach that hallway to try and get a better hear?
I mean, you could head down it stealthily.
You want to just do that, guys?
I mean, we can try.
Yeah.
Leah can try. She's probably good.
Stealth checks for everybody.
Woo, 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 woo.
This is gonna suck.
No modifier.
Just suddenly, just a minotaur pops up next to Zhang Wang. Here, use this.
Oh.
Oh.
What were we saying about Io actually being the rogue?
All right.
I swear, guys, I'm not evil.
Discord suddenly crashed on me.
Unfortunate.
That's not that bad.
All right.
You got 4 left hooves.
Oh!
Oh.
All right.
All right. So Io and Colorado are leading the charge.
So because there are two
Suddenly,
crits,
me and EO are just ninjas.
so because there are 2 crits and the rest of the party rolled decent enough, I'm gonna go
Hey, I rolled
ahead.
great.
Because normally speaking, you go with the lowest check as far as what the group's stealth is. But again, there are 2 crits in there. So we're going to go ahead and say the effective stealth of the group is 16.
All right. I can deal with that.
So how you guys assist Benson in being quieter is up to you. But
We carry him on our backs. Carry him on our backs. Me and Colorado side by side. We put Benson over our backs.
There's
dear.
like everyone magically now has the spoon of stealth. Remember, they can't see you if you can't see them.
Flawless logic.
Well, amazing, surprisingly stealthy group. You proceed down the hallway, and you come across the hallway. As said before, bends off to the
Twice
right, and it continues its steady bend until it finally straightens out. And shortly after it straightens out, there's another passageway that you pass on the right side, and then the current passageway you're in continues on straight.
So there's 2 paths that we could go.
Correct. Straight into the right.
Perception check.
I'll make a
see where the sounds
perception
are coming
check.
From.
Perception checks. I heard 2 of them.
Whoops.
Dice spot.
That's about why.
Dice Bots were working fairly hard, so yeah, give it a moment.
What are we making?
For those who
Perception.
want to, a perception check.
To see or to hear where the voices are coming from. Which hallway?
Hey!
All right.
Good boy.
Let's just go with that.
Oh, Dicebot! Wow, you're so petty. Okay.
Everybody gets their one.
All right. Okay. Well, the voices are definitely coming from the right. They're not coming from straight ahead. And It sounds like there's an argument going on between two voices. One voice sounds not overly bright, and the other one sounds much more intelligent and much more livid, as if someone was basically shouting at someone else who might be a little frustrating to talk to.
Okay.
With my nat 20, would I be able to make out what they sound like? If one sounds like a dude, one sounds like a chick.
Yes, they are both male voices. In fact, I can tell you this much: the one has a fairly heavy Hushan accent. The one that sounds more intelligent has a fairly heavy Hushan accent, and the other one sounds like
An idiot cow.
well, kind of. It's a little lighter. You suspect it's probably sheep, maybe a ram.
You know, you just said 3 people, right? You said Hoshan accented twice.
Well, there's only one Hoshan accented voice. Ergo, I misspoke. That said,
I turned back to the party and let them know that there might be a longma and potentially either a sheep or some kind of other like sheep-like creature. And I told them they seem to be having a very heated argument.
Can you tell which corridor it's coming from?
Yeah, the right.
The right one?
It's coming from the right, she says
Right.
quietly.
Then I suggest we go to the right.
so generate hydrogen.
She looks around. Is everybody ready? Are you alive still?
I mean, yeah. Don't worry. I'm good.
Do you need another slap of the healing stuff?
No. No. I'm good. I'll behave.
So I take
what's the roll? Alright, I'm gonna roll a medicine check to see if he's actually like in good shape.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, but I have like 14 HP, I think.
8.
Well, he doesn't look like he's dying, so that's good.
Yeah, I have 14 HP actually. 14. I'm good.
Alright, okay. Alright, he's fine. He says he's fine. He's fine.
Just saying, for me, on a scale of 1 to 30, I'm at about a 22.
not to get better about this already. All right. Other person.
You see Colorado pulling out a sheet. Hang on, let me see what my HP is, guys.
Although I should mention, as a DM, I don't necessarily mind.
That's actually like the kind of character I want to make. A very meta character who's like, okay, so who remembers that old comic 8-Bit Theater?
I do.
I do.
You remember the Red Mage who had like a character sheet?
Oh, yeah.
That's the character I want to make for like D&D and Pathfinder.
Speaking of meta, as a DM, I don't necessarily mind if you guys share your HP between each other. Like, obviously, your characters wouldn't know how much HP you have, but as players, like, I don't necessarily mind you guys sharing how much HP you have. And some groups and players and some DMs prefer to keep this sort of information
More secret.
a little more secret. But if you want to share your HPs with each other, I'm okay with that. I don't mind. That said, so I presume the group is heading down the right passage, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Sure.
Excellent. Well, the right passage continues on straight for the most part, and then bends towards the left. And as you get closer and closer, you can hear the sounds, you can hear the voices. And when you finally reach the end of the hallway, you realize why it's been very difficult to actually make out words, because there's an extraordinarily thick, heavy stone door there. As said, at this point, you're close enough that you're finally getting words.
Word.
Yes.
Perception to listen.
Excellent.
Yep. Same here.
not a one. It's not a
It's
All
one.
right.
not a one.
You're listening to a wall, not the door.
That is correct.
You just hear wah, 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 wah.
And I turned to him. What is this, Charlie Brown?
Who's Charlie Brown?
So that 22 is your perception, correct? Ophelia, that 22 is your perception,
I'm
correct?
kidding. I really do know. I'm just like in character.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, you hear the following. Look, all she wants is magical items and magical ungulates. But don't ask questions, and neither should you. Now, don't be an idiot for once, and hold on to that list. If you lose it, I have you hide. All right? Memorize it. And when you're done, meet back up at headquarters. I've got things to do.
That it?
The reply back is a meek, yeah, boss. Okay. And then there's a very poignant silence that hangs in the air.
Perception here,
I turn
like
to the others and whisper.
footsteps, or like I assume longmas make a sound when they fly. Just like any kind of sound that it infers that someone is leaving the room.
I'm going to go ahead and roll with that. I'm going to say, yes, that would make sense. Go right ahead and make your perception check.
17.
That's definitely a cow accent.
All is fairly silent, actually. There's no sounds. There's no sounds. You can hear the ambient sounds of fire burning, but beyond that, there is no other particular sounds to be heard.
I turn to the others and whisper, should we open the door now?
We do have to drop on them.
Yeah, but it takes a good second to get these doors open.
Not unless I get have a good arm.
Are you willing to risk it, Colorado?
I'm gonna try it.
Can we help him on that check?
Yeah, you certainly can. If you guys want to help him bust open that door, go right ahead.
I think he's got it.
I mean, if you all still want to try, go right ahead. But yeah, I don't know that.
I think he's got it.
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 He doesn't got it anymore.
I just imagine you trying to help him and just like.
I'm telling you, it's like Colorado gets it, and then Io tries to help, and then just shuts the door on his
Trips.
So what happens is the following. So Colorado prepares to bust open the door. Are you going to try and ram it? Are you going to punch it? Are you just going to push on it really hard? Like, what's your plan of attack here?
I got 2 back legs.
All right then.
Alrighty.
Well, you get yourself into perfect bucking position, and in a moment of poor oversight, Io decides to try and open the door as well, accidentally placing himself between your hooves and the door.
Does the door open still? That's the question.
Luckily, your hooves don't actually hit Io. And the door does go exploding inward, yes. But Io goes flying inwards with the door.
That's all that matters, is that the door's open.
Yep.
So
Is it just size?
the door explodes open, and on the other side, you see a few things. One, you see a room that is very well used. This room is fairly well appointed. There's some tables, there's chairs, there's a few chests off in the corner. But what's most important is in the center. Oh, and it's well lit.
Yeah.
In the center of the room, you see the following. One, you see what appears to be indeed a longma standing there, looking rather surprised, staring at the group. Next to him, appears to be a none too bright ram with black fur and giant horns that are not very well taken care of, nor is his fleece. And he sort of looks stupidly.
I'm rushing the longma.
Looks stupidly up at the group.
I wonder if I can actually. Could I make an insight check to, I don't know, figure out who this Longma is since I am from Foenum?
You certainly may.
Those are barging in.
That's a 17.
17. Okay, and I heard you, Colorado. The downside is this is the second cutscene of the session. Sorry.
Skip the cutscene. Skip the cutscene.
Do I still trip into the room? Is that still part of the cutscene?
This MMO has unskippable cutscenes.
Rats.
But do I still trip into the room?
Oh yes, yeah, that still very much happens.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, Zhonghua, he looks familiar, but sort of a distant familiar. And there's something, looking at him brings back some bad feelings. Like, you're not sure why, but you're like, wait, do I know this person? And if I do I want to know this person? As the door explodes, he looks up at the group, lets out an angry hiss, and produces a dark crystal that he then taps with his hoof and vanishes completely from the room.
Alright, hold on 1 second.
Oh, right, I forgot something important.
Alright. Smart people, make your Arcana check to figure out what he just did.
Well, it appears that
Hold on 1 second, gotta make a phone call.
Right. Well, we'll go ahead and call a quick little break. A quick, 5-minute breather, I guess.
What happened?
Well, Benson is muted as well. Something happened on their end. And since we're here, since you asked, Delusional, basically it was I overheard Lucio's something or another. I don't know how I got in. Just letting you know, it wasn't a big deal. It was kind of a little heads up, just so you know. Not I was upset or nothing like that. So it's cool. So by the way, that Scorpion had 110 HP.
Dang.
And you killed it. Good job.
Killed the crap out of it. Big boys.
I'll be honest, I actually doubled its HP because I realized just how much damage output it has. I was like, wow, this... If I kept it its original HP, it wasn't going to be a boss fight, just straight up.
It kicked its tail.
So, consider that, I guess, something of a compliment that I was forced to double a monster's HP so it could be a suitable boss fight. Granted, it nearly murdered a lot of you, but hey, I had fun.
Hey, I was cool with it. I didn't get hurt.
Oh, yeah. Easy for you to be
Hey, you were not knocked unconscious.
Welcome back, Benson.
Sorry, quick phone call.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Colorado got a phone call as well. We're just waiting.
Calling everybody. We're just calling each other. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's funny because it just sort of seems that it all came at once, so we're just kind of waiting a second. Taking a quick little breather. And I was just telling them that I actually doubled the HP of that Scorpion. It had 110 HP. And I doubled it specifically because I knew what the damage output of the group was like. Well, okay, I had a pretty good idea. This was a really good test to see just how much death you guys could deal out, and now I have a pretty good feeling. So this will help me build encounters in the future according to the difficulty level I want them to be at.
Yeah, it should be 80 or
All I'm
something.
saying is that everything that's gonna attack us from now on will be 500 HP.
Basically, I can now figure out more or less how many rounds I want a combat to last.
Okay.
That's really what it boils down to. Because to me, like 1 to 2 round combats are meant to be very quick, like by design. And I like to occasionally have encounters that take, like
Okay, I'm
Seven.
back. What happened? I had to.
7 to 10 rounds. Allow people sort of to sink their teeth into what's going on.
What
Basically,
happened?
I was just talking about meta stuff. That the Scorpion had 110 HP, and I doubled it because I knew it was going to be too weak to stand up to you guys normally.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
also,
sorry about that. The
Yeah, no
phone call
worries.
was really important. It was about work.
I mean, I figured, so no big deal. Also, not gonna lie, I tipped the dice, or I tapped the dice.
You tap the dice?
I
In
sure
whose
did.
favor?
The Scorpions.
Oh, see.
Yeah, that stinger missed.
Who's hit? Colorado's or mine?
Colorado's.
Oh,
Uh,
I tapped the dice.
You-
I'll
You
get it.
just wanted me to
You
get
just
hit
wanted-
that badly.
I mean, part of it was last issue, like, oh, it's not the damage I've taken. And part of me, like, oh yeah, all right, cheeky bugger. And then part of me, like, that's actually a pretty fair point. I probably should do some actual damage to the tank. I just wasn't expecting it to drop you in one hit. That was like, I was like, oh, wow, that's unfortunate. So,
Like,
well,
you
aren't
just
you
wanted-
glad I prepared?
so for what it's worth, yes, I hit you on purpose. I just didn't mean to knock you out of the fight. So,
Alright, so
So, see,
Moving
you
on.
can be a good guy.
no, you're not. You're the worst.
Yeah, you are the worst.
Yeah, more chaotic than good.
So that said, yes, I forgot to mention his description. His scales are his scales are a dark tan color, sort of a darkish brownish, with his underbelly being light tan as well. And his face has a hard look to it. His eyes are fairly beady, and of course he has a good old-fashioned telltale scar going across one of them, specifically the left eye.
Look at this edgy guy.
And so edgy. And like I said, when he saw a lot of you, he was surprised, hissed, yanked out a dark crystal, tapped it, and then vanished from sight.
what?
Leaving the ram in the room looks up at the group and sort of like big boggled eyes, and apparently in one of his hooves is a piece of paper. And what are you guys gonna do? You gonna charge this guy?
Oh, is that the end of the cutscene?
Yes, that is the end of the cutscene. So you guys are free to do as you see fit.
Command.
I'm gonna go look at that ram dead in the eyes and just scream
Command.
out, "Don't move if you know what's good for you."
All right. So first things first. Snow, what did you say?
I was asking if us charging it counted as a sneak attack.
All right, fair enough. And then Benson, you said you're using command.
Yes.
Okay. And Colorado, you're making an intimidation check, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Ophelia, give me a stealth check real quick. Colorado, give me intimidate, and I need to make a saving throw against your spell, correct? Benson,
Yeah.
what's the DC?
I can't see it here for some reason.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He rolled so bad.
Oh, cool.
Let's see here. And Ophelia.
And I'm yelling him not to move if he knows what's good for him.
All right. Ophelia, if you want to attack him, you can have the sneak attack. Benson, what is your command?
Drop.
He stares at you, and his eyes go slightly blank as the piece of paper just falls to the ground. And then his reverie is knocked. He's knocked out his reverie by Colorado's command to not move if he knows it's good for him. And he just sort of freezes. In fact, he actually goes, ah! And like his limbs freeze and he falls over.
I'm gonna target his hooves with my magic blast.
Do you mean, is your intention to remove the piece of paper from him?
Yes, my intention was basically to stop him from running away.
Ah, gotcha.
Well, he's.
But he's not moving
I think
anytime soon.
He's on the ground now. Just.
Yes. He has been, He's been thoroughly
Paralyzed.
Benson used command to get him to drop the piece of paper, so it's no longer with him. And then Colorado has successfully intimidated him. Although you are free to disable him if you wish. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
No, because we want to ask him questions. So
Yeah.
Well, by disable I meant like remove his ability to flee, i.e.,
Tie him up.
Actually,
tie him
Break
up,
his legs.
I was gonna pull out
Break
some
any-
up from my explorers pack and tie him up.
bust a kneecap or two, whatevs.
I was gonna just pull some rope from my explorers pack and just tie him up.
I mean, you can do that, but
Open up a portal, bring in a certain madman so he can eat the sheep's feet.
I have 50 feet of hempen rope.
Most of these options that have been prevented or that have been presented are viable, barring the psycho eating the feet. Sorry.
I mean,
Then, if you wish to tie him up, make me a sleight of hoof check.
Alrighty.
I hand the rope. Wait, is Ophelia doing it or me? Because we both kind of said it.
Ophelia is doing this because Ophelia is doing this around the same time you intimidated.
Oh, okay.
Plus sleight of hand.
Yes, since I figured that.
Nope.
Make another sleight of hand check, would you?
Okay. Slightly better.
Well, Ophelia, you pull out your rope, and it appears to be a pretty nasty tangle. Apparently, you didn't put it away very well. So you begin to untangle it and end up accidentally tangling one of your hooves while you're so doing.
What am I? What?
You end up tangling one of your own hooves in the mess as you're attempting to untangle it. So, Colorado,
I'm
I'm gonna take out my
to-
own rope and then be like, "How? How did you do that?"
all right, go ahead. In your case, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand, or I guess an acrobatics check will work. Yeah, go with either of those, whichever one you want.
All right, I'm gonna go acrobatics since I'm actually proficient in that.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk. I'm going to walk with Colorado so I can pick up the paper.
Okay.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
tied this guy up nice.
Dang, he's not skipping any.
yeah, he is a cow. He is a cattle. So
Dice
they're
Bot.
very good with rope.
Dicebot is. I don't know what's up with Dicebot today, but it's pretty amusing. Okay, this is the one I needed.
Yeah, that guy ain't going. And it's like, you ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
And it turned to Ophelia. Neither is she, apparently.
All right. So I'm just checking my notes real quick. Okay. So the list appears to be a series of names. Several of the names have been crossed off going down,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a few at the bottom that have been crossed off. And there's one name that has been circled. And the name that's been circled is Masha.
Oh boy.
And next to it in big letters is the word tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Guys. I look at everyone. We need to head back now.
We're taking this guy with us, though.
We
Oh,
are,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we need to go now.
Yep.
Let's do it.
She says as she then notices, ooh, chests.
But what does the piece of paper say?
Apparently has a list of names. Some of them are crossed out. I look at the names that are crossed out. Do I see like Alabama and her father or whatever her name was?
You see the names of a few merchants in town, and these are merchants as far as alive and well.
The ones that are crossed out?
Some of them. Some like you recognize the name of
Does he Dilnaz on there?
Dilnaz's name is not on this list.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
But you
The
see
mystery.
but you see the name of Ulan, who is a cloth vendor, who you've come to know as a cloth vendor in town, who you know is alive and well,
Cool.
as well as a few others. But there's also a few names you recognize. What that means,
I'm not sure.
pretty much.
Right. Well, we're gonna check these chests, and then we're hauling back to the city.
Or we
Excellent.
can just haul back to the city and come back here at a later date.
This is also viable.
This is also viable, but I'm greedy.
Yeah,
Before I do open these,
PC's gonna PC.
perception to check for traps.
You may certainly do so.
21.
It appears these chests are untrapped, partially because one of them is already open and empty.
Oh, I open the other one.
Alright, you pop it open and it appears to closed inside.
God. There were only 2?
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it appears these chests serve more mundane purposes.
I search through the clothes. Anything?
Give me an investigation check.
I'm totally doing this for scientific purposes and to learn information.
I thought EO
Yes.
was a rogue.
19.
Information. We're all rogues now. Sorry, we're all rogues now. We're all rogues now.
All right.
All right. You do actually find some useful information
Hey.
that you totally meant to find.
Totally meant to find. So what's this information?
You find information that's actually called contacts,
Oh.
and on it is a list of names. These names, you don't know most of them, but you do recognize a word on there, and that on the back is hastily scribbled the word "forgotten well."
Forgotten well. Oh boy.
My stomping grounds.
Looking at the list of contacts. Is Dilmaz on there?
Dilnez is not on that list.
Okay, good. All right. I pocket the list of contacts. That's all I find.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Okay, have 5 gold pieces just because.
Oh, 5 gold pieces. That's 5 cups of coffee.
Sure is.
All right, let's head out of here.
That's it. There's
Pick
no
up
other
I pick up the
like
tied up guy and put him on my back.
no other like shelves or stuff. No drawers. No.
Nope, it appears that this room is mostly tables, chairs, and torches.
Any cupboards in the table?
Right, not. They're very simple
Yeah,
tables.
yeah.
Basically picnic tables.
All right. Well, I did what I wanted. All right, let's get out of here.
So I take it you guys make a beeline for the exit?
Basically.
Yep.
All right, then. Well, getting back through is much quicker than leaving, as it always is. Especially since,
We're
actually,
carrying a guy.
I'd like each of you to give me a history check. This is basically the group preventing itself from accidentally taking a wrong turn.
Oh.
Since you guys are in a hurry.
Ow.
9.
Okay. I like how the dice are getting better.
9.
Oh, I have dropped back down. Okay.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yes, please, if you would. Also, EO apparently said something. Fair enough. You gotta do what you gotta do, EO. So yes, apparently EO made the comment that he thinks the list is a list of ungulates that they're checking for magic properties.
Well, Zhanghua points to her name. Masha's on here, and it says tonight, apparently.
Aha! So the group didn't actually pass. Okay.
Oh boy.
Well then, let's see here. Where do you take the wrong turn?
Great job, guys.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's roll some percentage dice.
Here we go.
I see.
So we all die, right?
Mhm.
So you guys, in heading back, you inadvertently actually take a shortcut and cut down the time it takes you to leave. Because there is indeed a shortcut in this labyrinth, and the percentage dice have told me that you somehow magically managed to take that shortcut.
Yes.
The dice bot hates us, but real dice love us.
I mean, the dice on my end were relatively favorable, barring crit to the face. So,
Except the singer.
you guys make it back pretty quick. You pass through the room where you fought the giant scorpion. You pass through the room that was completely thrashed. And then from that room, you suddenly find yourselves in the entrance room. You're not quite sure how you managed to skip the two rooms with the tombs, but hey, whatevs.
Yeah.
But heading up, you come out, pop out. It's about, if I recall correctly, it's probably about 3 or 4 in the morning at this point.
Okay.
And it's about half a day's travel to town. On a normal pace, of course. I assume you guys want to get there before the sun comes up.
Yeah, we're all in it.
Well, that's going to be some athletics checks. You can do athletics or a constitution saving throw. Either or is fine.
Athletics.
Yes, athletics or constitution saving throw.
Zhang Hua is just like she's hauling it.
I see
And Colorado's
this.
hauling it
How do you do the
while holding
constitution?
someone on his back.
So what you do is you roll d20 and then add your constitution modifier to
Okay.
it. And if you're proficient with constitution saving throws, you add your proficiency bonus. I don't believe you. Okay, then.
Wow.
Well, I suppose it comes as no surprise that the physical character is pretty quick. So, wow, is it really that windy out there? Can you guys hear that wind?
Not really.
Okay, good.
I sort of hear it.
Yeah, I might as well. My window's been open for a little while. I'll go ahead and close it real quick.
Oh yeah, now I really hear it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really picking up. Give me a hot second.
Like, unicorns don't run often. Well, it's time to put you on an exercise regimen.
Lazy unicorns. All you do is sit around and cast magic
everything.
spells and drink wine and
Just
say
look
how
pretty.
better you are when you're not because you don't have wings and you're all heretics.
What? Heretics? What? Heresy? All right, then. So, you guys do the best you can to get back as quickly as you can. The group is unfortunately a bit slowed. However, I will allow the squishy characters a second chance. AKA Philia, Eo, and Benson.
Okay.
Just squishy.
I do
Hey,
better.
this is pretty good.
I do better.
Hey, that's oh no! Oh well, we lost Benson, guys.
Good game.
Lucky?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Lucky boy,
God.
hey, that's a lot better.
I don't even know how lucky would apply in this. Like, how do you get a lucky second win?
I imagine like he's slowing down, then he rolls that one. He almost trips. Lucky progs. And then he hits that 19. He just like rolls through the trip and
Wait.
just has a sudden boost of speed.
I like that. Let's go with that.
All right, fair enough. I was going to mention something about channeling Palm and your dog's actually barking at you to get you to run faster.
That also works.
So we'll say both happens. You trip, roll, and then your dog starts barking at you to pick up the pace. And, well, you're a sheep, so you can't help but follow your instinct, and boom, there you go. And you're off to the races.
Master of the spin dash.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Yo!
Eo's tripping in the sand.
Why don't one of you strong characters roll assist to get them moving along? Yeah.
Well, I'm currently holding a guy, so.
Will we roll him? OC?
To answer your question, EO, yeah, for the most part. But like, you guys are still in a sense of a hurry, and I assume, well, I am assuming a lot. Let me put it this way: would you guys like to help EO move a bit faster?
What am I rolling?
You are rolling a. You can roll athletics or acrobatics or persuasion.
I will roll acrobatics because I'm better at that.
I will also give it to you for persuasion if you wish.
I will do acrobatics because I have proficiency in acrobatics. Yeah, boys.
Dice pie.
So I literally run in. I see EO trailing behind me. I literally just do sweet flip. I just land behind EO. I lift him up and I'm running.
I almost lost my funny, but I'm good.
Well, it's your journey back is quite a bit ramshackle as you try and get everybody up to speed. But eventually you'll catch yourselves, and now you're hauling like there's no tomorrow, because for some people there may not be a tomorrow. And you make it back to town in not half the time. So you make it back to town about 3 hours. It's roughly 5 in the morning at this point.
We're hauling straight to Commander Sandy.
Yep.
All right. You bust in. Well, you arrive at the barracks. That's the word for them. And there's a half awake. Well, there's 2 half awake guards at the front. What's going on?
Commander Sandy, immediately.
Right. And they throw open the doors. And then it clicks on them. They probably should have asked some questions first as you guys go charging in. And, well, the barracks. I presume you head to her office?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, her office is empty at the moment. It appears she does not sleep here.
I turned to one of the guards. Where is Sandy?
The guard was like, he points to one of the blah, 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 blah. I have words.
One of the doors?
Yeah, he points to one of the living quarters. She's in there.
All right. We charge in, I guess.
That's right. You're like, Masha's life might be in danger.
And when you shout that, the guard actually is like, what? And he actually begins raising the alarm. As you charge in, you discover Sandy's sleeping on a cot. Apparently she's one of those commanders who decides that she needs to sleep as her men sleep. So she's sleeping in like a cot like any other soldier.
And
Awesome.
I hucked the guy that we tied up off of me and shake Commander Sandy violently.
Alright, give me a second to roll something real quick. Alright, and then... Okay. Well, as you come storming up to her and grab her, she wakes perhaps a split second before you touch her. And then she immediately strikes out at you, although she misses, partly because you're shaking her and partly because she wasn't quite sure where you are. Nevertheless, you can tell by her eyes she doesn't quite recognize you yet, and she's currently trying to kill you. Roll me some initiative real quick, Colorado.
Okay.
I see. Very good then. Well, you definitely are going faster than her, so you're going to have to convince her. Well, it's your turn, basically.
Well, I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna just blurt out the, who we are.
Oh, that's quite the boom of thunder. Okay then.
Like, chill. It's Colorado and them.
And them. I mean, your defense, you are giving like a quarter of a second explanation. So, all right. Well, right before she tries to rip your jugular out, it appears your words sink in, and she blinks a couple of times. He's like, "What's going on?" Actually, she sits up as a sit rep.
And I just blurt out like, Masha's life might be in danger.
She immediately gives the order for everyone to get ready, and the guards are up and geared in a surprisingly swift manner. It still takes a couple of moments because they're getting up from sleep, and she charges.
We found that guy in the mausoleum. I point to the guy that that was tied up.
Yeah.
She runs over, grabs him, looks him in the eyes, and says, "Where is Masha?" The sheep pauses for a moment.
I'ma just yell out, "Speak!"
Behind Ulan's. It's where we do the shakedowns.
Shakedowns.
She drops him and then heads on over, or she drops him and then immediately leaves. Ulan, she tells the group as she heads up, Ulan's home is in the far corner of town. It's the northwestmost building.
I guess we follow her.
Also, I turned to Zhanghua. Do you still have that list on you?
She does. She nods. She runs up to Commander Sandy. Commander Sandy, I found these. I found these.
Keep it quick. Keep it quick.
I found these papers.
She yanks him. What is this?
A list of dudes. One points at the list of dudes that are crossed out with Masha's name circled around it that says tonight.
I'll look at it later. She stuffs it in.
And she points at it, and then she says, "I also have a list of contacts.
Later. Let's go.
Also, Longma, evil, some kind of Longma." Describes it.
I will debrief you later. Come on. As she runs out of the barracks. Wow, we're having a hard time with that word.
Chasing.
Chasing.
Yep.
All right. Well, as you... This is the wrong map. This is the map of where you just were. This is the map of a place that no longer exists. This is the map I wanted. Excellent. Okay, then. Well, you head across town pretty quick. And Sandy is... You can see why she's in charge. She's gotten a decent force of about half a dozen to almost a dozen guards who are already at full speed chasing after her. It appears that they can respond fairly quick when need be. As you cross town, since the barracks is on the southeast side of town, you arrive at what appears to be Ulan's home, and behind it you see Let's scroll past all of this to right here. Here we are. You see what appears to be a surprisingly large group of sheep with a single dog there. And currently pinned up against a wall is a fairly beat up Masha. And it appears that one of the bandits is yelling at him. And right before Sandy shouts something, you hear the phrase, "Are you in or are you out?"
Really? Are you really saying that?
This is one of the bandits yelling at Masha. And if you want to believe that is an Aladdin 3 reference, you are free to do so.
Yes!
I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying if you want to believe. At which point, Sandy shouts, "You are under arrest!" And that's going to be initiative.